There's a frequency in the cosmos that most people never tune into, a silent observer, a conscious field of infinite intelligence that moves through galaxies, through atoms, through the very fabric of your being. And right now, it's watching you, not in judgment, not in coincidence, but in recognition. The universe doesn't choose at random. It selects based on resonance, on readiness, on a vibrational signature that you've been broadcasting, sometimes without even knowing it. Every choice you've made, every moment of doubt you've pushed through, every time you felt utterly alone in your struggle, the universe was there, noticing, calibrating, preparing you. You've felt it, haven't you? That pull, that inexplicable sense that your life is meant for something more. That whisper in the quiet moments that says, there's a reason you're still here. Most people dismiss it. They call it anxiety, restlessness, dissatisfaction. But what if it's not a flaw in your psyche? What if it's a signal? A cosmic tap on the shoulder saying, wake up, your time is coming. What if I told you that everything that has happened to you has been part of an intricate design? Not fate in the fatalistic sense, but a dynamic, living relationship between your consciousness and the quantum field of possibility. You are not here by accident, and the universe has been leaving breadcrumbs for you to follow. The question is, will you finally see them? If you're ready to claim this calling, type "I am chosen" in the comments right now, and let's activate this frequency together. Let's talk about what being chosen actually means, not in some abstract, mystical way, but through the lens of quantum reality. At the subatomic level, reality is not solid. It's a field of infinite potential, waves of probability that exist in superposition until something observes them. And when observation happens, those waves collapse into particles, into matter, into your reality. You are not a passive observer in this universe. You are an active collapser of probability waves. Your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, they carry frequency, and frequency is energy, and energy shapes reality. When physicists talk about the observer effect, they're describing something profound. Consciousness affects matter. Your awareness literally influences the quantum field around you. Being chosen isn't metaphorical. It's vibrational alignment. The universe operates on resonance, like attracts like. Your dominant frequency, the energetic signature you emit through your thoughts, emotions, and actions, acts as a signal. It broadcasts into the quantum field, and the field responds. It collapses possibilities that match your vibration. So when you feel chosen, what's actually happening is this: your frequency has aligned with a higher potential timeline, a probability wave that exists in the field, waiting for someone with the right resonance to collapse it into reality. Most people never align. They stay stuck in lower frequencies: fear, doubt, distraction, conformity. Their signal is weak, scattered, incoherent. The universe can't work with that. But you, something in you has been shifting. Your frequency has been rising even through the chaos, especially through the chaos. Every moment of suffering you've transmuted into wisdom. Every time you chose integrity when no one was watching. Every leap of faith you took despite the terror. You've been tuning yourself, like a radio dial, slowly finding the right station. And now, the universe is starting to hear you clearly. This is quantum destiny, not predetermined, not fixed, but emergent, arising from the dynamic interplay between your consciousness and the infinite field of potential. You are being selected because you are ready to select yourself. But here's where most people misunderstand the journey. They think being chosen means life gets easier, that the universe rewards you with comfort, success, validation, that once you awaken, the path becomes clear and smooth. Number. Being chosen means being tested, refined, forged. The universe doesn't coddle its heroes. It sculpts them through pressure, through chaos, through the fire of transformation. Every trial you've faced, every betrayal, every loss, every moment where you thought you couldn't go on, that wasn't punishment. That was preparation. Think of the hero's journey. Every great story follows the same pattern. The ordinary person receives a call to adventure. At first, they refuse. They doubt. They feel unworthy. But circumstances force them forward. They face trials that break them down, strip away their false identity, and reveal their true power. You are living that story right now. The job you lost that felt like failure, the universe removing you from a timeline that would have kept you small, the relationship that shattered your heart, a recalibration of your frequency, teaching you to stop seeking validation outside yourself, the illness, the crisis, the dark night of the soul, the death of who you were, so who you're meant to be can emerge. Every hero unknowingly fails forward. They stumble, they fall, they question everything. But in hindsight, every misstep was exactly where they needed to be. You've been failing forward your entire life. And here's the paradox. The universe only tests those it knows can handle it. You wouldn't be given this level of difficulty if you weren't capable of this level of transformation. Your struggles are proof of your potential. The cosmos doesn't waste energy on those who aren't meant for more. So when you feel crushed by the weight of it all, remember, diamonds form under pressure. Stars are born in collapsing nebulas, and every caterpillar must dissolve completely in the darkness of the cocoon before it can fly. Your trials aren't random. They're initiations. Each one is calibrating your frequency, stripping away illusions, and revealing the truth of who you are beneath the conditioning. The universe is not cruel. It's precise, and it's been preparing you for something far greater than you currently comprehend. So how do you know if you're truly being called? How can you distinguish between ego fantasy and genuine cosmic alignment? The universe doesn't speak in grand pronouncements. It speaks in whispers, in symbols, in synchronicities that most people dismiss as coincidence. But there's no such thing as coincidence. Not really. There's only consciousness recognizing itself across the quantum field. Have you noticed the patterns? The repeating numbers, 1111, 333, 444, appearing on clocks, receipts, license plates, always when your mind is elsewhere. Those aren't accidents. They're frequency markers. The universe saying, you're on the right path. Keep going. Have you had dreams that felt too vivid, too real to be random? Dreams where you received messages, encountered guides, or glimpsed possible futures. Your subconscious mind is less filtered during sleep. It's more receptive to the quantum field. Those dreams are communications from higher aspects of yourself or from the field itself. Have you thought of someone seconds before they texted or called? Felt a strong urge to take a different route, only to later discover you avoided danger? Known something was about to happen before it did? That's not psychic ability in the supernatural sense. That's coherence. Your frequency aligning with the information field that exists beyond linear time. And what about the people who've entered your life at precisely the right moment? The stranger who said exactly what you needed to hear. The mentor who appeared when you were lost. The relationship that triggered your deepest healing. These aren't chance encounters. They're quantum entanglements. Consciousness is drawn together by resonance. The universe orchestrates through synchronicity. It arranges meetings, places books in your path, sends songs with lyrics that speak directly to your soul. It communicates through nature, through animals, through the sudden, unexplainable knowing that floods your body with goosebumps. But here's the key. You have to be paying attention. Most people move through life on autopilot, eyes glued to screens, minds trapped in loops of worry and distraction. They miss the signs. The universe is constantly speaking, but they're not listening. You, though, you've started to notice. Maybe not all of it yet, but enough. Enough to feel that there's an intelligence moving through your life, guiding, nudging, arranging. That's not delusion. That's awakening awareness. The more you acknowledge the signs, the more they appear, because acknowledgement is a form of resonance. It tells the universe, I'm listening. Show me more, and it will. Trust your intuition, that gut feeling that defies logic, but proves true every time. That's not just instinct, that's your higher self, which exists in a state of quantum superposition, aware of multiple timelines simultaneously, guiding you toward the highest probability. You are being spoken to every single day. In dreams, in synchronicities, in the pull you feel towards certain people, places, and choices. The question is, are you brave enough to follow the whispers, even when they lead you away from safety, away from what makes sense to everyone else? Because that's what being chosen requires. Trust in the invisible, faith in the frequency. The universe rewards those who listen. Understanding that you're chosen is one thing. Aligning with the calling is another. Because here's the tension at the heart of this journey. Free will versus destiny. Yes, the universe has a calling for you, a higher timeline, a role in the grand unfolding of consciousness. But you also have choice. You can resist. You can ignore the signs, numb the discomfort, and stay in the life you've outgrown. Many do. The calling doesn't disappear when you ignore it. It just gets louder, more insistent, until the universe has no choice but to force your hand. Through crisis, through collapse, through what feels like your life falling apart. That's not punishment. That's course correction. But there's another way. Conscious alignment. Choosing to flow with the current rather than fighting it. So how do you align? First, raise your frequency. This isn't abstract. Frequency is real. It's the energetic state of your body and mind. Fear, anger, shame, victimhood, these are low frequencies. They keep you locked in timelines of struggle. Love, gratitude, courage, presence, these are high frequencies. They open you to higher possibilities. Meditate, not as a trend, but as a practice of coherence. When you quiet the mind, you create space for the quantum field to communicate. You align your brain waves, your heart rate, your nervous system. You become a clear channel. Second, set clear intentions. The universe responds to clarity. Vague desires create vague results. Be specific about who you want to become, not just what you want to have. The field doesn't respond to neediness. It responds to decisiveness. Third, take inspired action. Alignment isn't passive. You don't just sit around waiting for the universe to deliver. You move, you act, but not from force or desperation, from flow. When you feel the pull towards something, a conversation, a project, a risk, you take it, even if it scares you, especially if it scares you. Here's the paradox. Destiny is not fixed, but it does have momentum. When you align with your calling, life becomes easier and more intense. Doors open effortlessly, but you're also asked to step through them. Synchronicities multiply, but you're required to trust them. The universe supports you, but it also challenges you to rise to the level of your potential. You cannot stay who you are and become who you're meant to be. This is where people get stuck. They want the blessings without the transformation. They want the calling without the sacrifice. They want to be chosen without choosing themselves. But the universe doesn't work that way. You must release what no longer serves you. The relationships that drain you, the beliefs that limit you, the identities you've clung to out of fear. You must be willing to walk alone, to be misunderstood, to seem crazy to people still asleep. Because when you align with a higher frequency, you automatically leave behind lower frequencies. And that means some people won't come with you. Some doors will close. Some versions of your life will die. And that's okay. That's necessary. The calling is not for everyone. It's for you. And the price of accepting it is everything you thought you were. But what you gain: authenticity, power, purpose, a life that resonates at the deepest level, free will or destiny. It's both. You have the freedom to choose, and the universe has a design. When you align the two, magic happens. Are you ready to choose? Now we need to talk about something most chosen one content ignores: responsibility. Being chosen is not an ego trip. It's not about being special, superior, or exempt from the rules. It's not a free pass to bypass humility or claim enlightenment. Being chosen is a responsibility, a sacred contract, a calling to serve. Because here's what most people don't understand. Your frequency affects everyone around you. You are not an isolated system. You are a node in a vast, interconnected web of consciousness. Your energy ripples outward, influencing the field, affecting others, shaping the collective reality. When you raise your frequency, you raise the frequency of the spaces you inhabit. When you act from love, integrity, and courage, you give others permission to do the same. When you embody your truth, you inspire others to find theirs. But the opposite is also true. When you operate from fear, manipulation, or ego, you lower the collective frequency. When you misuse your power, you create karmic debt. When you betray the calling, you disrupt not just your own timeline, but the timelines entangled with yours. This is why the universe tests so thoroughly. It needs to know: can you handle the responsibility? Will you use your gifts for the highest good, or will you let ego corrupt them? Being chosen is not about personal gain. It's about becoming a vessel for higher consciousness to move through. It's about aligning your will with the will of the cosmos and allowing yourself to be used for something greater. Think of it this way. You are a conduit. Energy flows through you. From the quantum field, through your body and mind, and out into the world. Your thoughts, words, and actions are all broadcasts. They create waves that touch everything. You are responsible for the quality of those waves. This is not a burden. It's an honor. You've been given the awareness, the frequency, the alignment to matter, to make a difference, to be part of the great unfolding. But with that comes accountability. You cannot hide. You cannot play small. You cannot pretend you don't see what you see. Know what you know. Once you've been awakened, there's no going back to sleep. Not truly. You can numb yourself, distract yourself, deny it, but the knowing remains, and the universe will keep calling, louder, more insistently, until you finally answer. So here's the truth. Being chosen is not about you. It's about what moves through you, what you create, what you heal, what you inspire. You are here to be a lighthouse, a frequency holder, a reminder to others that there is more to life than what the surface shows. And that is a profound responsibility. Are you ready to carry it? So here we are, at the edge of understanding, at the threshold between who you were and who you're becoming. The universe doesn't choose the perfect. It chooses the willing, the brave, the ones who've been broken open enough to let the light in. You've been hearing the call, in the quiet moments, in the chaos, in the synchronicities that stop you in your tracks and make you wonder, is this real? Is this happening to me? Yes, it is. And now you have a choice. You can go back. Return to the familiar, the comfortable, the safe. Pretend you didn't hear the whispers. Ignore the signs. Numb the pull. Stay in the life you've outgrown. Or you can answer. You can take the leap. Trust the frequency. Align with the calling. Step into the unknown, knowing that the universe has been preparing you for this moment your entire life. Every scar, every lesson, every dark night, it all led here, to this choice. Because being chosen isn't passive. It's not something that happens to you. It's something you claim, something you embody, something you become. The universe has picked you. Now, you must pick yourself. And here's what I want you to understand. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to see the entire path. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to take the next step, and then the next, and then the next. The universe doesn't ask for perfection. It asks for movement, for trust, for the courage to say yes, even when the world says no. So listen. Feel that pull, that restless, inexplicable knowing that you are meant for more. That's not anxiety. That's not delusion. That's your soul recognizing its purpose. That's the quantum field calling you home. You are chosen. Not because you're flawless, but because you're ready. The question is no longer, am I chosen? The question is, will I answer? The universe is waiting. The frequency is set. The calling is echoing in the silence. What will you choose? Type in the comments, I am chosen. If this video stirred something deep inside you, if it voiced what you've been feeling but couldn't name, hit that like button. Not for me, for you. Because every like, every comment, every moment of attention is a signal to the universe, to the algorithm, to your own subconscious. Yes, I choose this frequency. I choose alignment. I choose growth. Step into it. Claim it. You are ready.